ghost girls in the middle of the woods, strange alien beings, and even a monstrous creature that has scientists baffled. These are the 5 creepiest photos taken by camera traps. Number 5. The creature on the trail. When people set up a trail camera around their home, the last thing they expect is to capture an image of a creepy creature, an impossible to classify animal, or a terrifying beast. However, in the town of Lowell, this is precisely what happened. It happened one night on Norman Tremblay's wooded property, which was very close to the Marine Trail, a long trail full of vegetation and wild animals. Usually nothing strange ever happened here. But the camera owner preferred to be cautious, so he set up the device, not knowing that the next day he would find this image. Although it looks like a beaver or a very large rat, this mysterious animal has surprised the community. Neighbors in the area seem puzzled as to the origin or nature of this beast, as no one knows for sure what species it is. It also doesn't help that there are no beavers or rodents in the area, which eliminates several of the theories that had been speculated. For the moment, the photograph remains an unsolved enigma. Number 4. Ghost girl in the middle of the forest. Upstate New York isn't usually a place that sees a lot of paranormal activity, but the new owners of a piece of land in the area discovered something that left them horrified after their surveillance cameras captured something unexplainable and frightening. In the video, you can see the land is wild and full of vegetation. There's nothing unusual. However, abruptly, a girl appears completely alone. Her footsteps were solid, but under her feet, the earth doesn't seem to move. Her complexion is extremely pale, and her expressions are somewhat ghoulish. The owners contacted George Bell, the local police chief, who after an investigation confirmed that the photo of the girl was real. This was surprising. I had never seen anything like it before. Immediately, different units began to try to identify this peculiar girl, but curiously, the only match they were able to find was that of a little girl who had died in a traffic accident 7 years ago. The case shook the social networks and the life of this small community. To this day, the phenomena continues to baffle even the experts, and there are many who have refused to believe the story. After all, you have to be very brave to accept that a ghost walks peacefully through the woods and then sleeps peacefully at night. Number 3. Lights in the darkness. There's nothing two film students enjoy more than having a new camera, even if it's just a simple surveillance camera. You never know what you can capture with a gadget like this, and the story of this pair of friends from Finland proves it. Determined to record the mysteries of the night, they placed the tracking camera near a forest on the outskirts of the town. Their goal was to catch some interesting facts about nature or the animal kingdom. But for 2 nights, there was no result. There was nothing interesting here. However, on the 3rd attempt, something unexpected happened. First of all, the camera had disappeared. It was found hours later, several kilometers away from its original location, and dumped in the backyard of a small abandoned property. When they checked the contents of the camera, they were stunned. The images showed a series of small glowing dots slowly approaching the camera. Somehow they look like 3 luminous eyes, and as it gets closer, a grotesque shape is guessed. A stout, amorphous body that quickly becomes blurry due to the movement it subjects the camera to. The images were posted on Reddit, and thousands of people have tried to give some explanation to this fact, but all have failed miserably. The strongest theory that has been built revolves around the possibility that this is an encounter with alien life. However, to date, there's no real consensus as to what might be behind this recording. Number 2. An unexpected appearance. Sometimes cameras can capture unexpected images, and there's no better example than the situation experienced by a band while filming the video clip of their song, Some Things You Won't. It happened in 2001. The production team had taken different shots of the city forest and had decided that the band would play it in the middle of that wild place, taking advantage of the light of the full moon. In the video, everything seems under control. The recording proceeds normally and, in fact, no incident of note occurred. However, 12 years later, an anonymous internet user discovered something chilling. In the video clip, you can witness something worthy of a Japanese horror movie. In the background, among the undergrowth, a mysterious girl dressed in red can be seen entering and leaving the recording frame at will. The team was baffled. It didn't make any sense. There was no one with those characteristics among those present on that date. In fact, there wasn't a single woman in the recording area. This was something inexplicable, a macabre presence that had been attracted by the music, although its origin and story were unknown. Number 1. A creature on the prowl. The night is full of horrors, and a motion camera seems to have captured one of the worst. It happened in Michigan when deer hunters decided it was a good idea to set up different tracking cameras in preparation for their daily expeditions. For a week, the cameras managed to capture the activity of the deer in the area, but one particular night something happened that still continues to generate controversy and debate. In the images, a frantic and desperate deer can be seen, which is running away quickly from something we can't quite put our finger on. However, if we get a little closer to the image and illuminate the darkness in the background, we can see more clearly. In the gloom lurks a creature with evil eyes and a deformed body that seems determined to attack the deer from a distance. It is unknown if behind this fact is a person, an animal, or a monstrous creature. But one thing is certain: after seeing this image, the inhabitants of this community never saw this forest with the same eyes again. It is still difficult to identify the veracity and sequence that may be hiding behind this photograph. However, most explorers know that forests are full of enigmas, especially at night, and if you think this is one of the creepiest, we invite you to change your mind by joining us in the following videos. If you accept this challenge, you'd better get ready for an adventure into the horror of the unknown. Follow us through the thick darkness and you'll discover the world of the unexplained. Ready to get started? Then check out these videos.